Okay, stick around and I'll show you how we made this junkyard bezel look like this with nothing more than a Sharpie, some crazy glue, and some baking powder, and maybe a little vinyl dye. Here we go. So I'm back for another one. Let's go to the garage here and take a look at what we're going to work on today. I want to get this El Camino back together. So there she sits as she is right now. Let me grab this light here and turn this on. So you can see we got some wiring issues. We got lots of wiring hanging down, a lot of toggle switches and stuff down there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And then we got, let me turn this off. Come on. Who designed that? And then over here we have our bezel. So this is the one that came out of it. It's in real nice shape, with a couple of exceptions. You can see this chrome looks immaculate. These holes up here are in pretty good condition. Normally these are all chipped off and broken. Down here you can see we got this crack here that sucks. A bunch of bullet holes. No, I know you think they're for toggle switches and stuff, but it's an El Camino, man. It's got history, okay? It's up to no good. It's kind of like an outlaw's car, truck, whatever. So more than likely what we're seeing here are bullet holes. Not really. Anyway. But you can see we got this issue here. This looks like, you know, she was chewed out. Like, I don't know. Somebody just break that off. Like, there's no cut line. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. It's not straight. Anyway, this is being replaced with this. So this is, looks to be an original one. It's got, you know, it's got the couple of bullet holes, but not as many as the other one. The radio holes are still intact, which is cool. This block off plate up here, this block off plate here, that's where the AC goes. I got aftermarket AC to go in. I'm not 100% sure I want to toss that in or not. I probably should though. It's kind of a cool thing to have. But you can see up here we do have these, see what those ones are? We're missing those tabs. So we're gonna have to do something about that. So I think what I'll do, so I'll take some measurements between these two holes, and that'll tell me where I need to locate this. And then I'm gonna cut this off, and I'm gonna transfer that over. And I think that's all I need from this. Everything else I'll just leave on the other one. And then we'll try and get this one looking like new. So we'll repair these pieces up here. We'll get this all cleaned up. I'll show you how we're going to clean inside all of this grain here. I mean, typically, if a guy just tries to clean that up and then put some dye on it, you end up losing a lot of it in there because it doesn't stick, because they don't clean this well enough. But I'll show you, well, how we're going to do that, or how I'm going to attempt to do that. And I'll start with this here. I'll start by taking some measurements and we'll go from there. All right, let me get you guys set up on a tripod. Let me find a safe space to work and we'll get rolling. All right. Okay. So here we got the original one. I think this is an aftermarket one somebody bought for it. I just want to measure off my holes center to center. So this one's 5.5 center to center between those two. Then this one over here is 8 1/8 center to center. And yeah, so originally I was thinking about trying to salvage this, but I don't know. I think it's gone far enough. You know what I mean? So we're gonna let this die and use it for parts. So now that I got that measurement, I know where it'll end up on here. So I need that hole to be over there. And this one over here, 5.5, puts it right about there. So what I'll want to do is I'll leave my new to me one over here. And what I want to do is I want to chop out these sections here. I'll probably use like a zip disc or something just to keep it fast and clean, and it might burn it more than it actually cuts it, but I'm okay with that. In case you're wondering, our bench today is brought to us by the government of Alberta. This is actually an older sign. I don't know if you know anything about signs, but in Alberta, this guy with the hat, he was cut off some time ago, and it just kind of became a kind of a gender neutral kind of sign, pedestrian. We got rid of the man, the walking man. Anyway, I don't care about that. I care about a bench, so that's how we're going to use it. Okay, so this guy ends up over here somewhere. This guy's going to end up over here somewhere. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this over to my bench grinder. I'll just clean this up with the wire wheel real quick, and that'll give me a better idea where I need to be. I think maybe I'll take down this lip too. I'll just kind of hit it on the bench grinder and just clean that up. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got these set up, just these little clamps here. This is at 8 1/8 center to center. And then on this side, I got it set up at 5.5 center to center. So if you can see here, this little bit that's buffed off, that's actually this lip in here. So if you can see, it's a little bit higher on both of them. That's because that's going to set back that much. Does that make sense? I am going to knock that lip down and cut her all the way across. So I'm going to mark this, and then I'll cut it, and then we'll figure out how we're going to mold that on there. And I know a lot of people are going to have a lot of opinions on that. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like what I'm about to do. But in my experience, it works pretty good. So, if you're not paying my bills, don't worry about it. Okay, so here we go. I'm just going to mark this guy. Yeah, I'll mark this guy. Perfect. And I'll cut those off, and then I'll probably hit them with a file. I don't know, you guys want to watch me cut it off? I suppose, I don't care. All right. Okay. How's that guy look? Usable? What do you guys think? I don't know. It still seems a little high here. I'm just going to knock that down a little bit more. Let's see. Nope. I got the wrong side here. This one goes over here. It's kind of nice being in charge, but the truth is I run a pretty loose ship. So you're going to lose some stuff from time to time. In this case, we got it back. So that's okay. I'll take it. It's a win. All right, let's take a look at how this is measuring up. So this needs to go right about there. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, how's he going to get it to stick there? I mean, come on, man. What are you going to do? Crazy glue it? Crazy glue. You know, some kind of idiot. It's actually a pretty good idea. I think I'm going to try that crazy glue and baking soda, baking powder. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to try it. And I think I got some kicking around here somewhere. So let me dig for it. And when I come back, we'll try something they say we shouldn't be doing. I know you guys like that, so we'll give her a go. All right, hang tight. Don't go away. Okay, so science class is in now. Let's take a look. What do we got here? I don't know where that microphone. There it is. Okay. So basically, what I've done is I've just installed these things and then put tape on the back. So the only thing holding them right now is some painter's tape. That's it. You see, I got some gaps to fill in there. You're probably thinking, well, gee, Ron, what are you going to do about that? Well, listen, just hang tight with me, okay? I got a plan. I went to the dollar store and I got some crazy glue. So we got that, and then no, we're not doing that. This is baking powder. And I'm going to show you how mixing baking powder and crazy glue or super glue will actually make this solid to the point where you can, some people say you can actually mix it and machine it and sand it, you can grind it, and some guys say you can tap it. I think that's a little extreme, but we're going to see if we can use it for our purpose today. We do have some gaps in there. I'm sure that's coming up, and I'm going to try and fill it. And then we'll put the baking powder on. We'll see if that makes it solid. Then we'll flip it over and we'll do the other side. All right, so hang tight. Let's get going. Yeah, you know what? I don't need to research it. These are big. Figure this out. Okay, so let's do this one first. Grab some of this. So I think you just tighten her on there first. I'm going to need to cut that end. Okay, so I'm just going to put my baking powder over here, just so that it's close. And I'll go ahead and I'll start with my crazy glue in here. It's all nice and wet. I'm just going to sprinkle on the crazy glue or the baking powder. So wherever it touches, it's a solid dough. Let me bring you in for that. I can take this tape off. This ain't going anywhere now. That is solid as can be. In fact, that's not straight, and there's nothing I can do about it now. Dirty bugger. Okay, so I'm gonna put some more on, and just to build up that, the low spot there and that low spot in there. Let me put some more on and then put some more crazy first. See that there? That's strong, man. I'm gonna hit it from this side too. This one is actually a thick gel, super glue, thick gel. Never used this before, but I thought I'd try it today. All right, let's see here. Not that thick. Give me a break. Talking about thick. All right. We got our 5.5. We do. We got our 5.5 on the money there. That needs to be sanded down, cleaned up a little bit, but that's okay. A little bit crazy glue on my fingertip. That's okay too. All right, let's do this side. Second verse, same as the first. I'm gonna try and make sure this one doesn't get away on me though. Oh. All right, so that should be solid. Let's see what happens when you pull the tape. Oh yeah, she's good. And let's get her on the back side. Same deal. Let's hit her up here. Come on, don't do that. Oh shit. I think I'm glued to the... Okay, so we got that one done. Got some stuff to kind of take off of there. I'll hit that with some sandpaper and see where we end up. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. So I literally just hit it with a flapper disc. Mainly because, you know, like where it sits in the car, it sits like this. You're not even going to see that up there. I really just want it to be functional to actually hold it in there. But you can see we got her nice and smooth here. Same as back in here and across the top as well. I'm just going to spritz a little black paint on there so you can kind of get the gist of it before I go into cleaning this thing. So I guess when you start cleaning this thing, while that dries, just get in here with some Windex or some sort of cleaner. Doesn't really matter what you're using for a cleaner, in my opinion, at this stage anyway. We're just trying to get the dirt off, right? So get yourself one of these 3M pads, or if you're like me, this is probably the same thing from the dollar store. Just one of these green pads. It's just nice if they're new, because they can dig in a little deeper and you know you're not leaving anything behind. At this point, I just like to get it nice and soaked in so that it gets into the grain. Get in here and agitate it with this guy. And when you're done that, wash her out again. I'll just let it sit. Okay. So we'll do that side. So we'll just wipe that off. And we'll do this side. All right. I think that's gonna be enough for this. We'll let that dry and we'll see how she looks. Hang tight. I don't know. You guys got someplace to be? You wanted in surgery? What do you think? It looks pretty good. You know, we started out with a pretty rusty, crusty, not rusty, I guess, but kind of tired. This is broken. Now we're looking at it and I don't know, it looks pretty good. Wouldn't you agree? Not bad. Nice little junkyard find that has now turned into a nice unit that's going to replace that tired unit. That thing's beat. Okay, we'll let that dry and then we're going to try and replicate this stuff with an actual Sharpie. We'll see how she goes. I've never done it before, so don't look at me like that, okay? We'll try it. Can't we try new things? Would be nice. So yeah, let's let that dry. Take a break. Drink that coffee. And we'll call her a day. All right? Okay. Be back in two. Here we go. Got myself just a regular old Sharpie here, silver, and I think what I'll do is I'll just make sure I don't have it too heavily loaded. That's a brand new. Let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna very lightly just kind of try and just biggest thing I don't want to do is run off the edge, right? I think laying it down is actually better because it grabs you more real estate. Less chance of falling off. If that makes sense. It's almost like one of those games when you were a kid where you tried to figure out what the word was. But now what I don't know is how long this wears for. Ah, damn it. See that right there? Let's see if I can do something about it. I don't know. Damn it. Take a brush. That does nothing. Just took a little bit of the dye, put it on the end of a paintbrush. Try that on there. So that'll all depend how she dries. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm digging it. We'll come back and take a look at that after. But what about this outline? I don't know if it's worthwhile or not. Considering it though. I just don't know if I have the patience for it. It looks like it would be worthwhile. I just don't know if it's worthwhile to me. You know, let's take a look. Why don't we do this guy? Okay, so there we have it. Actually, I want to fix that for him. Get a little. Right. There we go. I think that's gonna do it. I do have a plug, a rubber plug to put in here. Just because I don't really want to try and, just put a epoxy behind there or anything. I don't know. Put a rubber plug in there. I don't think it'll look any worse than plugging it with epoxy. But at least if you do have to put a toggle switch in, you can just pop out the rubber plug instead of having a hole patched with epoxy and now you're going to drill a different hole. So that's what I think I'm going to do there. I do got some rubber plugs. I'll just put one in there. That's how that ended up turning out. I think it's acceptable. There's that repair. The second hole, that already had 2 holes in it. Here's this repair. I think it's acceptable. There's the writing on there. Remember that little repair we did? Where I came off the end with the Sharpie? I think it looks okay. Maybe we'll just touch it up a little bit while we're here. I got nothing left on this. Yeah, why not? We're here. And then there's the writing on the lighter. Looks okay. If you guys remember what this looked like when we first got it, yeah, it's pretty rough. Not terrible. Not usable because it had these chunks taken out of it here and here. I'm pretty confident this thing be rattling around on us, and we don't want that. And just because where those repairs are, I think it's a great repair. I don't think anyone's gonna know. I think I'll be happy with it. It won't be rattling around. So we'll call this one done for now. Next up, we will install this bad boy. So that means we'll put our lighter back on. We'll put our windshield wiper switch back on. We'll put our headlight switch back in. We'll have to mount our gauges back on. And I think I have an aftermarket radio I can throw in there, but at least it'll be something to fill the hole. What have I got here? I got that Alpine unit. Hey, kind of suits it, I guess. I think I got a couple other cheaper ones too, though. Let's take a look here. Oh yeah, there. We could throw one of those units in there. It would look the part, at least, you know what I mean? It would fill the hole. It would look age appropriate. And it would give us radio. You know, if we want to listen to the radio. So it's something to consider. It does have, you probably can't see it in there. It does have aftermarket kick panels that have speakers in them. So I wouldn't mind utilizing something in there. I don't even know if we're going to be able to hear it with the exhaust system on this car, but yeah, we'll give it a go. At any rate, that's going to do it for this one. This piece, I'm going to call it a success. You know, depending on your level of restoration and, you know, what you consider good or bad. You know, maybe it's a fail. But if you buy your supplies at the dollar store like I do, this is good. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, and stick around because we're gonna toss this in, clean up this wiring. That'll be a video. We gotta do some wiring up under here, have this removed. That'll be a video, probably a get it running video. That carburetor is just kind of sitting up there right now. That's not going to work. So we got to do something. One thing I would like to add, this is actually pretty important, is see this ground strap here? So this ground strap actually runs from here to the wiper switch and to the headlight switch. And then it's up to you to actually ground it. If you miss this switch ain't grounded and this switch ain't grounded, and you're gonna have some problems. Sometimes this one will still work, but that one ain't, period. And you'll be chasing down your wiper motor and going through all sorts of wiring diagnostics. And really it's just this ground here. So make sure you clean that guy up, get it grounded, and don't forget this strap. It's very important. This ground as well for the lighter is important, and then your positive side goes to this side. And that's pretty much about it, guys. That's what we're left with. There's our lighter, there's our wiper, there's our headlight switch. Just got to throw the lever in there, I guess, but I want to tighten that up a little bit more anyway. So yeah, now it's going to cut it for this one. This is if you hung around this long, think about subscribing. Appreciate it. I do have the El Camino project. Got some wiring to clean up, diagnose. We'll go through all that. Under the hood, we still don't have it running yet. This is a motorhome 454 along with an M21 Muncie 4-speed. We picked up from a buddy of mine out of his Camaro, 69 Camaro, I think it is. So we're going to see if we can get this thing running. We do have a bunch of wiring issues up here as well. So if you ever buy a car where the last owner just cut the wiring out because he thought, you know, things going to the junkyard, that's where I'm at. This car just had the wiring hacked out of it. So we got to figure it all out, and we will. That will be on the next episode or two. We also got, beside the garage, I got a 77 K5 I'm working on. And I got a 66 C10 that'll be coming home at the end of the month. So got a lot of work ahead of us. stick around. It'll be good, I promise. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you come back for another one. Thanks, guys.